We're back in the kitchen here on Hot Plate. My name is Claire Karatu.
And I'm Chef Bennett.
What we do here is we create simple and delicious recipes that you can be able to recreate in your very kitchen. Every single ingredient is locally available and we get to meet amazing people on set. Now, food is a very passionate place for Chef and myself. Yeah. We love Chef and I. Yeah. So we are very passionate about food, and of course anybody else who is just as passionate is a friend of ours. Now this is where we call our home. This is our space.
Our domain.
Exactly, our domain. So we always love having guests on the show who get to talk about themselves, and they get to cook with us. Now, when they cook with us, sometimes they come with their own different techniques. Sometimes we show them the recipes as they get to learn as well. And we do have you, our viewers, joining us on set. A big shout out to all those who've been sending us messages and stopping us and saying, I love your show. We love you so much for tuning in. Honestly, a big thank you. And keep it tuned in here to Hot Plate. We do hope that you have been enjoying making some of the recipes that we've been able to show you. I feel like there's been so many seasons, so there's so many recipes that you can pick from, and all these are online. That's on Ebru TV Hot Plate, just to see some of the stuff that we put together on this show. All right, now Chef has chicken, nuts, rice, and I got a little array of ingredients as well that I will be showing you. Now what catches my eye are these chelles. What are we going to use these chelles for?
For Kung Pao chicken.
Kung Pao chicken. Now explain to us what Kung Pao chicken is,
Kung Pao chicken is just a stir fry, which uses a lot of chili, a lot of rice vinegar, some sesame oil.
Yeah. I am so excited about that because I love sesame oil. It has such a good flavor.
It makes a difference.
I know, like sometimes I marinate my meat in it with a little bit of chili. Kwanini? It overpowers.
I tried it one time. Wow.
Maybe you put too much?
I was just trying something. Even I actually put it at the end.
You're right.
But it didn't work out, so I just said, that's just for Asian cuisine.
Okay, fine. All right, now I'm going to make mine, which I'm going to call a cookie layered dessert pudding.
Cookie layered dessert pudding.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.
Yes, it is. My desserts are always a mouthful, like literally and figuratively, right? So,
so let me know, guys.
Yes, today you go ahead and sit down. I just need to turn this thing on, which just generally just always gives me such a hard time. But never worry, because Chef is here to save us. All right.
I thought today I'm chilling.
No. See, you've already helped us in terms of like lighting it for us, so that's good. Okay, so I was gonna get something, but I guess I'm not.
Are you looking for eggs?
No, vanilla essence.
I think we have some.
Yes? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to season our milk. Oh, wonderful. We're going to season. So what I have here, sorry guys, is we've got some milk just warming up slightly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some caster sugar, a little bit of corn flour, and I'm going to mix this outside the little contraption that we have there. Okay. So I'll grab my whisk.
There's the whisk over there.
Right, grab my whisk over here.
What would you do without me?
I know! Half the time I'm just like, I've been in this kitchen long enough, I should know where everything is. Woo! All right, so we're going to put about a tablespoon of sugar. Let's put 1.5 because I love sugar.
Just for the custard? Just for the custard.
And then we're going to put a tablespoon of corn flour. Just go in there. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Actually, I put 2 tablespoons just to make sure that it's nice and thick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up, and I'm going to come and take this, a little bit of the milk that's in here. Okay. And then I'm going to just pour that in there just to mix up our little flour so that you enable
sugar.
Yeah, it's got corn flour and sugar. Okay. So I put a little bit of milk in there just to make sure that you don't have coagulation. So you don't want it to coagulate in there.
So it's better you mix it outside before
before you put it in there. And then what this does is it's also a bit warm. So then I'm just going to go ahead and add an egg straight into that, yeah? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of sugar because why not? You can never go wrong with sugar. And then you want to just mix that egg in there. Now, there are different ways. We've made custard on the show before. There are different ways to do that. But I'm just going to do it this way today. Look at that, I love the color. We've got our nice vanilla essence, so put a teaspoon of vanilla essence in there and then give that a little mix. Now, it smells amazing, right? What I'm gonna do is when you have your milk going, remember it's warm. So as you pour this, you want to keep whisking because of the fact that it's going to start cooking the egg and the corn flour. So you want to mix as you pour that. And what's going to happen is it's going to start thickening in there. I'm just going to rinse that off by ensuring that we have all this in there.
Instant custard powder.
You know, you can.
But it's better just to make your own.
Right, right. Oops. So don't be as crazy with the sugar as I am. Now, this is something I always say with custard. You want to be patient with it. You want to keep mixing
last time
it.
It took a minute.
It took a while before it started to thicken, right? So you want to be very patient with it. Keep mixing it up because if you don't, then you get those lumps that you don't want. So the egg is going to cook up. The corn flour is going to now thicken it completely. You can salvage it by sieving it. So you can sieve your custard, and what that does is also takes out any egg particles that have cooked up before you mix it. Okay. So that makes a very silk custard. You don't have to start again. Okay. You can sieve it, and in case it's like ugali, sieve it, add some milk, boil that up, and then keep whisking. You can salvage your custard, right? Nice. All right, so this is going. See, I stopped mixing and it started thickening up, which is not supposed to happen. You want to make sure that it's a nice silky custard all through. Okay. So I'm just going to bring that to a boil. I'm going to taste it to make sure that it has enough sugar, which I'm pretty sure it does. And then just mix that up. Now look at that. It started to thicken. Look at that. I love custard that's made from scratch because you can barely even taste the egg. Do you ever taste the egg in my custard? Never. You can't taste the egg, and look at that. So silky, so smooth. It smells delicious. You can use this in a pudding anytime. So easy, right? All right, so that's about done. Now, chef, I will not ask you to help me, but if I do, I might ask you. All right. Exactly. So I'm going to let that, actually, let me just go for a bit longer. I want to see that bubble. So you're going to try and make sure that it bubbles completely, and you want to keep stirring so that it doesn't completely coagulate. No. This is fine. It's actually ready. This is ready. I just want to make sure that it's cooked through because you don't want to have that corn flour taste. So look at that thickness. This is some beautiful custard. If you want it more runny, just add a bit milk. It's up to you. I like this, especially for the pudding. I like it thick, right? We like them thick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this little thing here because it's hot. And what I'm going to do is, chef, maybe I'm going to ask you for a spatula so that we can be able to get all that custard goodness out. And I've got a tray here that I'm just going to pour my custard into. Go ahead and just get all that goodness out. No wasting, right?
No wasting.
No wasting. So we're basically going to empty this to a tray. You can use any dish of that you prefer to serve your pudding in. Even the rectangular ones are pretty fine, but what you want to make sure that it goes quarter way. So just spread that evenly, kindly on the tray. You want to make sure that it goes quarter way of your tin. Why? Because we're going to layer this up, right? All right, so I'm going to come here with my dish. I love to use tin dish when I'm whisking cream. So what I have here is a little bit of cream. This is double cream. And then I'm gonna chop up some strawberries because that's gonna go in there. Yes, please. Maybe you can chop up the strawberries. And then what we're gonna do is add a teaspoon of sugar. So diced, very thinly diced. Yes, like small little chunks, diced. We are going to mix this up until it forms some soft peaks. Chef, yes, perfect. Those are perfect. And we're gonna put these on the side. Right now.
Put them inside?
Yeah, we're going to put those inside.
Okay.
As that is going, we've got some milk here, right? Some milk. We are going to come with our cookies, dunk them in our milk. Now, you want to soak them for about maybe 5 seconds on each side so that you can properly have those lovely cookies soaked up, but not soaked to the point that they're falling apart. You still want to have that little bit of a crunch, because what's going to happen is when you put the cream on top, it's still going to soak up that cream, so it's going to make them super moist, which you don't want so much, because then it's just going to have like soggy biscuits, which is kind of gross, right?
Yeah, it is.
You want to have a little bit of a bite. So you just want to literally dunk them for, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Literally 5 seconds each side. Place them on your tray. I'm going to do that for every cookie until we have that filled in. Now, if you're just joining us, we're making a simple biscuit, layered biscuit pudding.
I told you.
Layered biscuit pudding, is that what I called it? I hope so.
Layered biscuit cream and...
No, I don't think I said cream though.
Okay,
I don't think I said cream though. but it's a layered biscuit dessert, which I love because it's so easy and it's going to be so delicious. So I'm just going to basically do the last cookie, and then I'm going to come, look at how perfect that fits. It fits perfectly, right? And now I'm going to come and quarter these so that we can fix them on the other places. Now, if you have a tin that's squared, then you just want to make sure that you fill in all those spaces. So I've got the little quarters here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like my seconds are very fast.
Seconds.
Yeah, my seconds are very fast, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just fill in the little spaces that you have there so that you have a perfect layer of biscuits right on top, right? And you know, the good thing about this dessert is if you've got spaces that are not filled, then you can literally just break biscuits and put that on top, right?
Okay.
Oh, see, I think I soaked that one for too long because I was talking to you guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to thank you, Chef. That looks perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and quarter another cookie because we are going to continue to fill up the spaces. Now, Chef, when you think about layering biscuits for dessert, like how simple is this, and you don't have to bake anything?
Even that was a question, or that was a follow-up question.
Right.
Like, is this going to the oven or my
No, it's going into the refrigerator.
Wow.
So you literally do minimal work.
Your custard waiting in minutes. So.
Exactly. You know, people think
Good
that
excuse,
making
though.
desserts is like the longest thing ever, but you can have the tastiest dessert in the shortest amount of time. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all those up. Again, with the biscuits, just going to fill this up. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to be seen. I just want to make sure that we're covering up the custard completely, right?
So far, we've made the custard.
Right.
We've dunked in the cookies or the digestives
Right.
in some milk.
Yes.
And already picked the creams, cut the strawberries.
Yeah.
So what are we doing next?
So we've got cream here. We've dunked some strawberries in here. Chef has just like miced the strawberries, which is fine. We're gonna use that for the toppings.
Use that for the toppings.
Yes, that's perfect. And then what you want to do now with this cream is now come right on top of those cookies, and you want to just layer that cream right on top. Wow. Now, guys, you can, if you want a hefty amount of cream, you can go ahead and do that. Just add more cream to it. It works perfectly fine.
So you can say like this is like a...
It's like a...
Like when you're doing a cream cheese, yeah,
but different.
Different, kapsa.
Different completely.
Because the biscuits are the middle.
The middle, exactly. So then you want to literally spread that cream, completely covering your cookies. The strawberries are fine. They look good, Chef, okay? They look good. And if you want to layer that with more cream, go crazy with the cream. It's absolutely up to you.
Can you use like mascarpone?
Mascarpone would be even better. Mascarpone is a very decadent cream that I love because of the fact that it's very rich in terms of the thickness and the creaminess, and the flavor is amazing. I love the fact that you can balance it with different flavors like coffee, with chocolate, but only thing is that it's a bit pricey in the supermarkets.
Course,
yeah.
It's like if you want to spoil yourself.
If you want to spoil yourself, go crazy. Instead of fresh cream, use some mascarpone cream, add some strawberries in there, a little bit of sugar, and you'll have a very, very delicious dessert, right? So this is gonna almost add a little bit of some acid to it because of the strawberries. So with desserts, you want to balance the flavors. You want to balance the sweetness.
So the sweetness of chini.
Exactly.
Digestives is going too sweet.
Yes.
And then now
you have the strawberries and the
tartness.
cream and the tartness of that,
Yeah.
and then you have the sweetness of the custard.
That's a good balance.
Right? All right, now Chef, I'm going to kindly ask you to slice some strawberries in strips. Yes, in strips.
Strips too?
Yes, just in strips.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we are going to now finish that off, pop that into the fridge. It's going to set for a while, and then we are going to try it. So basically what we're doing is we're just going to line these strawberries right on top of our pudding, just for the sake of presentation. It's not necessary, but I just like to make the dessert look just a little bit pretty as you take it out and serve it to your guests. And then what we're going to do now is add a little bit of cookies, just to sprinkle on top to almost make it look like a crumble, but not really. So I'm going to make just a simple flour here. Chef, I see you've jumped to your station here.
Yes,
kokaribu. Now, remind our viewers what we're making.
Okay, so this is an Asian dish.
Right.
It's called Kung Pao chicken.
Okay. And what does Kung Pao chicken stand for?
I don't speak Asian though. But I know it's like a stir fry. It is a stir fry.
Right.
Very, 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 very simple. Actually, it takes 7 minutes. If you prepare everything at hand.
Yeah.
That take 10 minutes.
Okay.
Preparation. So it's like a first thing. Yani kama umetoka job.
Yes.
Choka.
Yeah.
And let's fix this up haraka haraka.
Okay. So basically what I've done is completely broken down those cookies almost to like it almost looks like a bread pudding, yes? All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle this right on just on the corner of it, just not taking away from the strawberries that we had put there, so that you almost look like you formed a crust.
It reminds me of that cookie.
A cookie. Cookie what?
Cookies and cream you made.
Cookies
like a garden.
Oh, yes. Did you like that one?
It was amazing.
Oh, wonderful. All right, so I'm just going to sprinkle that right on the sides. And of course, little is more. And sometimes when you're dressing or when you're plating or when you're making something look presentable, sometimes the least is usually the best. So that is literally all that we're doing. Don't go crazy by sprinkling it all over. In the case that you want to, you can do the whole of it just like that. But I feel like little is better. Right, and that's it. So we want to pop this into the fridge for about an hour. You can still feel the custard is very, very hot. So we're going to pop this into the fridge, let it sit there. Actually, I'm going to pop it into the freezer so that Chef can be able to sample it at the end of the show. And we're just going to let that sit there for a while, yes? All right, so Chef, take us away with your Kung Pao.
Kung Pao. Kung Pao.
Right.
That's not racist, is it? Okay, so for the ingredients, what we have some sesame oil, some salt, black pepper, some oyster sauce, some soy sauce, some rice vinegar, some sugar. Of course, you happy? Some corn flour, some nuts, rice, some chilies, garlic, ginger, a courgette, and some spring onions.
Okay.
And everything is going inside that dish. Yeah. So
where are we starting from? Because I see chicken.
We're gonna start the chicken.
Okay.
And
now, which cuts are those, and can you use any part of the chicken?
Okay, I prefer this because it's more juicier. So what we're gonna do is just.
No, we're taking out the skin.
Yes,
Why?
unfortunately.
Why?
We just don't want to use it. But
yes.
Yeah, just like big strips and then just like deep
Crispen
fry
them,
and
exactly.
Crispen them, season them and then crispen them.
And then use that as the crunch element in your dish. Even when you're making the rice, I feel like I'm going to give myself that task.
So.
Thank you. No, what do you mean? After you're done?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Perfect. Yes?
And let's do it.
Okay.
So the legs are there. So what we're going to do, we're going to debone our legs and thighs. So let's use a small. If you have a paring knife, the better. So what you do, take a finger, just stick it in and slice usijikate alongside the bone.
So we're deboning it. So we're not going to use the bone?
No, we're not. We're going to use the bone to make a small broth to yani.
Okay.
Which you're going to use for like sauce.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want it too dry. So we'll mix the broth with some
corn flour.
Corn flour.
Yes.
Itasaidia ithike nini hiyo sauce yake. So just stick your bone.
Yeah, and then scrape that, all that flesh out.
All that flesh.
Now, this is very interesting because a lot of times we get it already deboned sometimes in the supermarkets, but it's actually cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper to buy your chicken and debone it in the house yourself, right? Yeah. And then that way you can make sure you get all the good flesh out. Oh, yeah. Right? Okay, so into the water that goes.
So we already have like
a good cut of meat. Now, how do you debone that part?
So for this, we just start. Tunaona hapa kuna kuanga na mfupa na mgongo.
Yes.
So just start from the bone here. Just make sure umeshikilia mali mfupa imeanzia.
Okay.
Then just stick your fingers inside.
Right.
Just to separate the meat from the bone.
Right.
And then just like
start to peel it away from the cartilage. That's the cartilage is usually the white part, which mi upenda kula sana. Half the time my kids ask me, "Mommy, you're eating the bones," and I'm like, "You gotta eat the chicken like this. That's how you get it good." You know what I mean? So we got that the flesh away from the cartilage and kind of like tear that apart.
No. Another tenaquito.
Right. I want to see from the bone, from the what you might call it, from the back, how you're going to take that out.
So from the back, now here's where the tricky part comes.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of flesh going on here.
Yes.
So what we'll do is just scrape out the excess. Juu bado iko na mfupa hivi. So we'll put that kando.
Okay.
So we just
umetufanisha hivyo?
Nilifanya job kwa butcher ya hoteli.
Right.
So like it's just like something
you get used to,
accustomed. Because napewa mguka ezeka like 5 kilos.
Oh my gosh, to debone.
Yeah, so like you just get used to it. So
right.
Like, yeah, unarusha tu. So let's look for that joint. And then
tear it away from the flesh.
Yes.
Now I feel like you have to be very patient to do this.
Yes, like but practice makes perfect.
Right.
Kifanya venye una schedule 5 kilos a day. Kwa sawa.
And then toss that in there.
Yes, toss that also. So there's another piece. Then we go to another one now. Same process.
The same process. All right.
So utaifanya within minutes. Kangi. Just cut it here.
All right, now that's that.
That's that.
You have your flesh out.
This is you.
What?
Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
How? I wasn't paying attention. Teacher. Can you repeat, please? Please repeat that one, teacher.
Nataka tu debone tu nione venye utatoa.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe he's making me do this. All right, now guys, so what you have here is you have the bone. Unaona hii, mfupa. In other words, mipupa. And then you want to just slit all the way across the bone, you see? Slit across the bone. And this is just to make sure that you are getting, yes, be careful. Always be careful, students. And then you want to almost just tear it apart. Tear it apart. Get that flesh out. And then you stick your finger in the flesh and tear it from the bone. Right? I'm a good listener, right? And then you want to just scrape that off the bone. See, you get that flesh and it peels off very, very easily, right? You see that? Look at that, almost clean. You can see the bone.
Good job.
Thank you. You see? And then you want to just continue to peel it off the cartilage because I feel like you don't want to waste any meat, but at the same time you also want to have some, sorry, get out of there. So then I saw him twist.
Yes, that's twisted.
When you twist it, you pull it from those little, see? Look at that, into the bone that goes. And then like he said, we've got excess flesh here, which pia ina mipupa. So you want to, you want to just cut that away. Ni hapa ilikuwa inakatwa? Ama ni wapi?
It's fine.
Okay,
let's look for the joint and then just like slice it in.
Okay, so then you see you have this bone here. You want to slice it. And then you want to see that you have sliced it. And that you're not wasting any meats. And then you continue to slice and slice, okay? And then you see it almost like peels very easy. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Wow. I'm a pro.
Yeah, and natural.
And then you want to just peel that off and you have your bone.
Bravo.
Thank you. And then you want to lalisha it.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I feel like I've learned something today, but I am never going to debone my own chicken. But thanks for the lessons either way.
So here we have some this scallions, amamnazitanga spring onions.
Right.
So we're just gonna like use the stem. This is just kusaidia stock to iko na flavor.
Yes.
We're just gonna add that in. If you have carrots, celery, this is types of vegetables in for stock.
Yeah, you just dump them in there. I feel like celery would add so much flavor.
Yeah, it would.
Celery, you've got some spring onions there. You can even put some ginger and garlic in there. That would be perfect for your stock, yes?
Okay, yeah, it can.
Or some lemongrass.
That's to me, yeah, bas.
Yeah?
Since it's Asian, lemongrass will be perfect.
Even ginger and lemongrass.
Yeah, but we're going to use that in the dish, and we're not going to use a lot of stock. This is like a basic.
Okay, so you've got your chicken there, yes?
Yes. So, we're going to slice them into cubes.
Right.
So, let me take a bigger knife. Just like so. And that.
Right.
Put them aside. 1, 2, 3. Good. Another. And then what we're gonna do is get past me a bowl.
Sure.
Gonna marinate this chicken.
You're gonna marinate the chicken. So into the bowl the chicken goes. Now remember this little nice crispy skin, or rather what I'm going to do with it is make it crispy. We've got skin there that chef pulled out. We're not going to throw it out. We're going to use it as a crunch element. We're going to add this to a crunch element to any dish. I'll show you how to do that, and that's basically by just literally frying it. So you want to season it and fry it and then get it into nice little chopped bits. So that it's almost like adding
bacon.
Exactly, it's almost like adding crispy bacon.
Yeah.
All right, so chef, how are you going to season the chicken?
So chicken here, we have here some oyster sauce.
Yum, I love oyster sauce. I use oyster sauce a lot in the house. And then
you have some soy.
Some soy sauce
just
goes
a bit
in there.
because we're going to use more later on. You have some rice vinegar.
Yum! You got to have some rice vinegar in that.
And then you have some sesame oil.
Sesame oil is just so nutty, so flavorful. You're going to give that a mix,
Just give it a mix. A spoon.
Right. Now, this is just to make sure that you incorporate those flavors into the chicken.
Yes.
And because of the fact that it's such a juicy cut of chicken, then it's going to soak those in. All right. Now, oh my gosh, the sesame oil dominates. It's so beautiful. All right, guys. Now, we are going to continue to mix that. Are we going to let it sit for a while?
Yes, we're going to let it sit for a while.
We're going to let it sit for a while, soak in that marinade. We've got our rice going. We've got our stock going with the bones. And our chicken is marinating in that flavor. Our dessert is chilling in the fridge. So we're going to go on a short break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Huh? You want it? Don't give me that look. We are back, and today at Hall Plate, today we're making some Kung Pao chicken. I just love that name, man. Kung Pao chicken sounds like that song. Everybody wants Kung Fu
fighting. Who?
Yes. So the marination we did here was so perfect. We put some sesame oil, oyster,
soy sauce,
rice vinegar. Something we forgot.
Corn flour. Why are we putting corn flour?
Idea to thicken yani. And then ile veje tuna coatingi unga.
Yes.
Na kuku, yani
right.
It's a dry vibe.
Right.
Yes. So we're gonna put there like a tablespoon.
And then give that a mix. I love
Nations
that. And a lot of
use,
Asian dishes, especially when they're even deep frying, they use corn flour instead of flour.
Yes. I think the way it's so fine.
It's fine, and then you don't have that flour flavor. Right. You don't have that flour taste at the back of your bite, right? All right. Now, and this also thickens the stew.
That's why we
sesame
use
oil.
Yes, that's good too.
Right.
And then some normal
oil. So this doesn't burn fast.
Yeah.
You can moderate the temperature. And you can see we have that on a wok. We're going full-blown Asian, eh?
Thank God we had this. We're just gonna put that in. Not gonna put all of them at a time.
Why?
Yeah, so it's gonna Give it a saute because we're going to chuck it out. Continue with the rest.
With the rest being?
Same pan.
Or the same pan. So everything is going to be prepared on the same pan, yes? All right, so we've got our chicken going in there. I love that.
While that's going, we're going to do the ginger and the garlic.
Now that is my sort of language there. I was going to wonder when you're going to put in the chicken, the garlic and ginger. And of course, in every Asian cuisine, like this,
like if
always
there's
has
no
to
ginger
be
and garlic,
right. I love that they always incorporate it. Sometimes it's usually in chunks as well. I love the pickled ginger, especially when having it with sushi. I can snack on those. Yes. All right. I thought you were going to say I'm going to pickle some ginger for you, Pierre. I was so excited. And now the smell from here. Oh, my God. Ow. Ow. All right. You want to be careful with that. It's just popping all over. Anyways, I'm going to just give that a mix. Make sure that
do that also. Yeah. And then you just put them in a plate and add the next batch.
The next batch. As you can see, it's crispening the chicken there. All the flavors are cooking up. We've got that beautiful sear, golden brown sear that you're looking for in your chicken. Oh my gosh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. It smells delicious. I feel like you can literally just snack on this as is, right?
Wow.
Right? It smells amazing.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. I've learned, guys. I've learned. I've become a master chef in this kitchen, honestly. All right, now we're going to go ahead and just make sure that all the chicken is, you want to make sure that your chicken is cooked, right? All right, so we're going to make sure that it's cooked. It's seared to perfection. The soy sauce adds the salt that you need because you realize that we didn't put any salt in this.
Yes.
That's because the salt aspect will come from the soy sauce. I'm going to go ahead and grab a plate. And I'm going to put the chicken pieces that are ready in here as I put the second batch. All right, so Chef, how are you going to completely break down the garlic?
Yes, we're going to try and do that.
Right.
So we're just going to dice them quickly, raka.
Okay.
Some sneaky skin.
Sneaky skin. Oh my gosh, that smell. It smells amazing, and I can't wait to put the garlic in here. Now, our broth is still going, or you switched it off?
Zima, so
why is that?
Enough for
what it is that we
need. This stock was just a plus.
Right.
Unaweza tumia tu maji na corn flour.
But you want to make sure that
just wanted to add this more flavor.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the garlic's a bit dicey. We're just gonna add a bit of salt,
right. Into the garlic. Now, why do we do that?
Just to help it break down a raka. And just take like the edge of the blade and then like just mince it.
Right.
Mortar and pestle, una blender.
You mince it completely. And don't you get that the garlic stuck on the board?
No, so that's why we use the salt.
So the salt prevents that from happening. And how does it prevent it, Chef?
I don't know, it's science.
I love putting Chef on the spot like that, honestly, half the time. I'm sorry, Chef, let me get the chicken so that we can put the rest of it in there. Now remember, there was already oil in the pan. There was already oil on the chicken itself. So we just want to make sure that we put the rest of it in there. Spread it out so that it cooks, evenly. And you don't have it doesn't release its juices. So you just want to make sure that you kind of like spread them out, let that fry perfectly, and then you get that golden brown color. You don't want the juices to come out. Let it just literally sear so it locks up all that flavor inside the chicken. And remember, the cut of chicken that we used was the thigh and the drumstick. Therefore, it will not dry out, which makes it perfect for this dish, yeah? You want to make sure that it doesn't dry out. Oh, look at that paste. But I feel it's like reduced 10 times.
Iko sawa, don't worry.
Iko
your
sawa.
punch, utaisikia tu.
All right.
We're going to cut in ginger.
Oh, wow. I've just tasted the chicken.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
All right. I'm just going to...
That's what we love to hear.
What's that?
That's what we love to hear.
All right. I'm going to clear that here. and it's still very juicy. It's not dried out. And I'm just going to give that a toss just to make sure that we have all those chicken pieces perfectly browned. Look at that. So you want it to cook through, and then what's happening is the corn flour is creating this crust. So it's almost like making it have skin on it, but it doesn't. It just gives it that lovely, lovely crust that you're looking for. So you want to make sure all your chicken pieces get ready through completely. So you just want to flip those, ensuring, or give that a toss like I did earlier, ensuring that the chicken is cooked through. It's very important that your chicken is cooked through, right? All right, so chef is basically just going at it with that ginger. Look at that. All right, now as chef is going through the ginger, I want to use a pan because I feel like I still want to crispen that.
You can do that at the end.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
You're done. Yeah. I love that.
Okay, so put that aside. So we have here some chilies, and what you do, you can use the dry ones.
Okay.
Which will work perfectly.
I think our rice is ready.
Okay. Zima.
Right. Right.
Okay. So what you can use the dry ones, which will be better. Just soak them in a bit of hot water.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this one, since they're fresh.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is just cut them halfway.
Okay.
And use a spoon just to remove the excess heat.
Why?
Just if you don't like heat.
Yeah, too much heat, yeah?
So the seeds in the zukongana, like...
All the heat. So you can store that and make a chili on the side.
Yes. Yeah, because I made an insane one juicy, man.
Right?
Hey.
Where is my pack of chili? Yes, please.
So, and the nose.
All right, now we've got our chicken ready here. So I'm just going to take that out. Now, I'm going to reduce the heat, yes, because you don't want it to burn out the flavors that we have in here. You want them to remain as is. So I'm going to completely reduce that heat. And then we're going to use the same wok to create the other flavors that's going to go into this kung pao chicken. Kung pao chicken. Right? All right, I'm going to go ahead and have a seat here as I let chef remove the seeds from that, from the chili. Now this removes the excess because we're going to chop those up, I'm guessing, and it's going to be added in there. Yes? Okay, you don't have to cut it up a lot. Now, in most cases, you have people chopping them up in slices, which can be overpowering to the palate. That's why we've removed the seeds so that the heat can be reduced. Chef is sneezing. Bless you. We've got now the heat released. We've got the garlic, the ginger paste there. Yes. We've got the wok getting nice and hot. We've got zucchini, baby marro.
We have zucchini. You can add some peppers.
Right.
Yeah, courgette, zucchini,
baby marro. Just like all these names.
Those are all the names. Yeah, so we're gonna dice that, and then this is what we're gonna do. Just halfway.
And you want them to be in the same style, or okay? So we're gonna dice these.
Yes. So you just want some bite.
Okay. Now remember the wok is going. I've reduced the heat.
Yes, thank you. So we're gonna start with some sesame oil.
So I'm gonna put a little bit of sesame oil. All right. So a little bit of sesame oil is gonna go in there. Okay. Yes.
That's how. So it's gonna start with this.
Now you want to be fast because you don't want to overcook the courgette, so you still want to have the bite, yeah? And that goes in there. You're going to give that a toss.
So your flavor ya kuku.
Yes.
And the vinegar.
Right.
So, chilies.
We're going to go ahead and add in the chilies. Just the chilies or the...
We can start with the chilies first.
Okay.
Just get some heat on them.
Okay.
And then we can add the ginger.
In goes the chili.
Yes.
Straight in there. And then what next?
What next? Some nuts.
Yes, I love that. I was waiting for that. All right, now all of them?
Yes.
In goes the nuts. I'm going to leave them for me to bite into.
And then you can now add the ginger and garlic.
Okay, and then in goes and then in goes the ginger and garlic paste that you made earlier.
What we're gonna do with this, since the ginger cooks faster, we're gonna cook it for a minute.
Right.
Then we can add our meat.
And then the chicken that's on the side that was perfectly cooked.
Oh, ngatizo haraka haraka.
Okay, so you want the whites only?
Kata tu zote.
All right. I'm telling you, chef is on my case today. So how do you want them? Just
big ones, small ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna chop that finely, and then we're gonna add this into our dish there. Now I like to get all the way to the white part. Why? Because it adds so much pizzazz. Pizzazz when you have the whites in there as well. Okay. So that looks about right. Do you need more? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and add this straight into that, and then we're gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this lovely big one that we have here.
Yes.
And then just go at it with the whites. And this one I'm gonna do slightly bigger, just so that we can have the variation of sizes. That's okay, right?
Yes.
We're gonna just add that in there.
Okay, so since we didn't season...
Right, thank you.
Since we didn't season this, I'm gonna add some soy.
Oh, wonderful.
Also gives it some color.
Yeah. And chef, I can see that you're doing all this with high heat now.
Yes.
You brought the heat up so that you can sear things very fast. Yeah, yeah.
Vinegar.
Some more rice vinegar. Remember, that's rice vinegar, guys.
So this one is not normal usitumi ingine.
Right.
This one actually goes, the bottle goes at for maybe 200 bob. So it's not bad.
Right.
Forever.
Exactly, because you're not going to use it on a daily, you know what I mean? All right, so...
Okay, so imeshashika hivyo. Let's give it a taste. Ooh.
Is it good?
Then more
soy sauce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put the chicken in.
And then you give that a lovely toss.
Wow.
Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. The colors have popped. You've got the greens in there, that's just perfect. You've got, chef feels like he wants to add something else.
No, yes, sasa we're gonna add now our stock and our...
Maybe we can add more mushroom sauce and soy sauce.
Mushroom sauce?
What did you call it? Yeah.
This soy, this is for the seasoning.
Okay.
But this one is just to add it to isikauke.
Right. So you're gonna add the stock that we made there earlier on with the flavoring. My goodness. Today, chef. Hey, I was busy enjoying myself. No, I don't know what you mean.
So we're just gonna mix this haraka.
Right.
And then just add it in.
Are we going to put any sugar in there?
Aha.
Yes.
Yes, sorry.
A little bit of sugar is going in there and a little bit extra soy sauce.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sasa hapo umenisaidia.
Yes.
Ingesahau.
Yep. And then we're going to give that a lovely toss.
Yeah. That's just imekuwa like
thick.
Like a sticky wings or something.
Exactly. Yeah. It looks absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to try it. And of course, served with the rice, it must even taste a lot better.
So, what do you think? Should you add more stock or do I don't know?
A little bit more stock.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. Just to
tell me when.
Okay. When?
No one gets that, was it?
I know, right? All right, that's perfect. I feel like you don't want to now evaporate it completely.
Yes, so mazima.
Right.
Bob's your uncle.
Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks delicious. Smells delicious. All right, now earlier on, remember guys, we did have some chicken, right? So what we're gonna do is we are going to flavor this chicken and fry it so that now you have a flavored, crispy bite to it. All right, now I love making marinades. Why? Because I'm gonna use a smaller bowl maybe. Maybe this. I'm gonna use a smaller bowl because we are going to be making a seasoning. Chef, please may I have some soy sauce, some mushroom sauce, yes, some vinegar and some paprika. Thank you. Now we've got some sesame oil here. We're going to pour that in there. Now remember those little bits that Chef had gotten rid of? We're going to put it in there so we can have that heat aspect, right? And then we're going to come with a little pinch of, maybe let's just add some garlic. You guys knew that I cannot forget the garlic. So I'm just going to crush that and then we're going to mince it up. Make sure you get all the skin out and then we're going to mince this up. And what's going to do, this is going to do is add to that garlic flavor that you have there. I mean, the garlic, it's going to add the garlic flavor, what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say? All right, so we're going to wait for Chef to bring the rest of that, and I'll just show you how to make this simple marinade. I literally do not like cutting garlic as much as I love it. I hate mincing garlic. So I'm just going to go ahead and mash that up. Yes, please. Okay, so that's what? Soy sauce? Soy. Yes. Some vinegar, please. Yes. Just a little bit, that's perfect. And then I'm going to add the garlic in there. Yes, some mushroom sauce. That looks beautiful. And then I'm going to grab this little sugar. We've got some sugar. I like to put a lot of sugar. Excuse me, who's making the marinade? Thank you. What's that you had there? What's this? Paprika?
Yes, you need paprika.
Thank you. And we're going to just give that a lovely, lovely rub. And then I'm going to taste this. Oh my goodness. That is perfect. Chef, don't you believe me? You're telling me chesa chini with the
sugar.
Yeah.
You win today.
I win today? I'm telling you. And then what you want to do is just rub your chicken skin right on there. Now Chef has the, what do you call it? Has the pan going, and we're going to use the exact same sesame oil to kind of almost cook this. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to let that sit for a bit. And then we're going to fry that in there. Chef, please kindly put some sesame oil for me once that heats up. Ah! Oh my gosh, it's almost done. Our sesame oil.
But it's just flavor the other oil. So.
Right? So just a little bit, and then we're going to add the other oil in there. And what that's going to do is we're going to wait for that to heat up.
Is it a shallow fry or?
Yeah, deep? Like a shallow fry. Almost medium. Medium shallow, medium, so that medium deep. So that you can coat that completely and then it will crispen up. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to add some corn flour last minute. I'm just waiting for that flavor to soak into the chicken skin, because then the corn flour will add that crisp. Will add the crisp to the chicken skin that you just need. And then the flavor is already in there. I'm telling you, you can literally snack on these, right?
Yeah, like chicken skins.
Exactly. Like, so if you
have a certain restaurant, you're going to find a big egg.
Chicken skins.
Yeah, we don't need the whole chicken.
Right. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this mix. I can see the oil is just about to get ready. And then what we're going to do at this point is add our corn flour. Now this will add is like the icing on the cake, because what that's going to do is it's going to crispen that chicken skin to perfection. So you've got the flavors in there. You've got your corn flour in there. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so delicious. Like, I can't wait for you guys, for Chef to try this. And we're going to add this. Can we add it as like the little flavoring aspects to our gong bao chicken? I'm just going to make sure that we have... I know, I just want to make sure that we have... Blangetti. We're going to make sure that we have all that in there.
So and like
exactly. I just want to make sure that I have all the flavors in this as well. Isha kwa moto. Ni moto. Ni moto. All right, so I'm just going to make sure that the skin has all that flavor. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And then we're going to make sure that all this flavor is just
it looks like
rubbed.
A sock, eh?
It does look like a sock. It looks horrible. And then we're just going to place that on there. Look at that. All right, Chef, please do this one as well. And make sure that it just becomes absolutely crispy.
Yep, sir.
Now, always with chicken, make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly, Because salmonella is real, people. It's real. I'm just gonna wash my hands and then literally just don't tamper it. Just leave it in a kwama.
Yeah, so that's what we
Look at that. Crispy, delicious goodness. Honestly.
Okay, then I can serve.
Yes, please serve. So we're gonna just make sure that that's not stuck. A garnish. We're gonna use this as a garnish on our kung pao chicken. And you just want to make sure that it's not sticking. You just want to make sure that it's coming out easily. You're deep frying it. It's going to be nice and crispy. Woo! I can't wait. And then you're going to chop them up into little small bit sizes. So it almost like disappears into the dish. But then it's going to, because of all the chili that we've used, it's going to add that heat aspect from the back, you know, just like boom. What we got here, we got some chili. That's what we got, right? All right. So we're just going to make sure that it cooks through. I just want that crispy perfection. Oh my gosh, it looks perfect. The rice looks perfect. Sorry. A little bit of oil. That's enough? Yep. Spread that so that it doesn't stick. Be careful. We do not want a splash of oil falling on you. And literally this skin, you want to cook it completely. Like you want it to be completely crispy. So don't be shy. Make sure it gets nice and brown. We want those flavors to kind of like sizzle in there.
Crispy bacon.
Exactly. You want it like crispy bacon. Crispy bacon is what we're looking for, people. Now the rice is going in there. That's to mold it.
Yes.
And then we're going to plate and we're going to taste these bad boy kung pao chicken. Now you can see this has crispened up. You want to make sure you don't burn it. So I think I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put it on some parchment paper and just make sure it drains out all those oils. Chef, do we have serviettes? We're going to just make sure that we completely drain the oil out, sorry. And then we are going to chop them up, like I said, into bit size, like literally. You want them to disappear. You want the pieces of chicken skin to disappear completely. I hope the flavors have cooked through, you know, you want that crisp, nice flavor. Look at that. Absolutely crispy. My mouth is watering just thinking about how this will pan out to the dish. And you've got those flavors in there as well. I love marinades. That's about it. We're going to drench the oil out, wait for it to kind of like dry out a little bit more. And then we're going to place these on our kung pao. Chef, yes, tell us, what are you doing?
Okay, so we're just doing the serving.
Right.
Which basically just put the rice in the mold. Then just added a bit of the chicken kung pao. And now we're just gonna do the garnish with yours also.
Right. You gotta have these bits. Ah, kwa nini?
Nilikufunza.
Ah?
Nilikufunza.
Ulinifunza nini?
Kukata hiyo like
all right, show me. Show me. Like, I apologize, like, great teacher.
Like, no, you're being sarcastic now. Is it too hot?
It's absolutely delicious. So we're basically just chopping up. Oh, wow. Yes, thank you, chef. And so that we can get the nice, can you hear that crunch as he chops by? Like it's just that perfect crunch and oh my gosh, and the flavor, and then you get the heat at the back. So you just want to garnish that. Oh, look at those pieces. Garnish that right at the top.
Now they'll be a bit crunchy.
Exactly. So you add that crunch aspect, which you already have from the...
Wow.
Delicious, yes? Oh, yum. Right?
Okay.
Imagine that on
chicken. Sugar wins today, huh?
Sugar wins today. That looks absolutely delicious. Chef, I do not know why you have a fork with you.
I also have to taste my food and see if it's amazing.
But we've got the rice, of course, moja hiyo una shida kutengeneza. I just want to get a bite of everything. So I want a little bit of the chilies. Right. Hold on. Oh, wow. This is delicious.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It's not too hot.
It's not hot, right? You just want to make sure you get a little bit, you've got the crunch of the chilies, you've got the zucchini in there, you've got the chicken that's so nice and juicy. Look at that bite.
Oh.
This is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah,
And funny thing is, you expect the chili to be overpowering, but it's not. It's just kombali. It just hits you from the back. It's because we took out the seeds. All right, now. Yes, I agree. All right, now we had our little dessert that, oh, nice. It's cooled all the way through. We had just done this little deco before early on the show, and you can get the recipe online. That's on Ebru TV Hot Plate. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place this here.
For me?
Yes, just for you. And then we are going to chop it through. So you want to make sure you get the pieces, a little piece of everything. And then we're going to come right here and do that. And then you want to kind of like separate it from the pan.
I see why you put the cookies in.
What's that?
I see why you put the cookies in.
You see why I put the cookies? Why did I put the cookies?
Like, no, it's like a pie. Like,
exactly.
It's in one piece.
One piece. Exactly. And then you want to just like make sure you get the custard at the bottom, which has solidified, and then you want to just get a piece of it out.
Cream cheese.
I know, right?
Oh, this one.
And then you want to just give that a bite to make sure you get all the custard, all the goodness, the whole shebang. I love the way Chef just goes in with the biggest bite ever. Like, what if it's bad? Huh?
I doubt.
You doubt? Is it good?
Oh.
Is it good?
You can have all this spaghetti.
Right? All of it by yourself?
And the thing is not too sweet.
It's not too sweet.
As you said, the balance.
Exactly. That's delicious.
That's what we do.
I'm going to bag some of that home.
I know.
I'm going to enjoy this amazing kung pao chicken. Of course, we do hope you guys enjoy making it at home as well.
Yep.
That's it for tonight here on Hot Plate. I'm Claire Carato.
And I'm Chef Bennett.
Have a lovely evening, guys. Goodbye.
Love you, sir.